Hi and welcome to another one of my whiskey videos. Tonight we're doing a single barrel shootout between Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. Both of them are single barrel whiskies, which means they're hand picked to match the flavour profile of the mainstream equivalents from each distillery. The Jack Daniels is bottled at 45% and is a Tennessee sour mash whiskey. The Jim Beam is bottled at 47.5% and is a Kentucky straight bourbon. The Jack Daniels comes with the RIC number, it comes with the barrel number, and it comes with the bottling date all printed around the neck of the bottle. The single barrel from Jim Beam only comes with the barrel number, and that's handwritten on the front of the label. We'll crack them open and see how they compare. Onto the whiskey. Okay, so I poured them both, and it's interesting to see that they both come with natural corks, which is nice on an American whiskey, and they both have clear bottles, so you can see that the Jack Daniels is darker, and looking at the glasses, they're darker too. So let's compare them side by side. So yeah, this is the Jim Beam. The Jack Daniels is noticeably darker up against the light. So what I'll do first is I'll nose each of them, I'll then taste each of them, see what flavours I get from them, see how they compare, see which I prefer. I've got some water in case I need to add some. So, onto the nose of the Jack Daniels. Okay, so instantly I'm getting that sour nose, which is quite normal with the normal version of Jack Daniels. It's very similar indeed. I'm getting a hint of cinnamon. I'm getting almost like flat Coke or Dr. Pepper. I'm getting that sort of oaky vanilla. Yeah, it's really sweet vanilla on the nose. Let's see how the Jim Beam compares. Right, this is noticeably different. There's a sweet vanilla there, but it's muted compared to the Jack Daniels. It's not as sweet on the nose. I'm picking up white sugar, sort of granulated, refined sugar. There is a hint of that sort of flat Coke, like cola cubes. There's a slight hint of alcohol vapour, but it's not too strong, which is quite good for a 47.5%. There is something else, but I can't nail it yet. It's some sort of spice. Seems quite familiar. Maybe I'll pick it up on the taste in a second. So, let's see how they taste. First with the Jack Daniels. Yeah, so I instantly get flat, sour, citrus, which is then followed by really, really strong sugary vanilla sweetness, almost like cream soda. Let's have another go. I get a hint of red apples. There's not much in terms of pepperiness on the finish. It lingers a little bit. I'd say it's a medium finish, but it's not too strong on the palate. It's the sort of drink you might want to add a dash of water to, or you might want to let it, you know, sit a while between sips. It's yeah, that slight peppery spiciness is just about there, but if you drank it too quickly between sips, it would just build and be not as nice. I'm just gonna have a sip of water and then move on to the Jim Beam. Right, so onto the Jim Beam. I get a hint of citrus now. It's almost like candied lemon peel. Maybe, yeah, more lemon. Right, onto the palate. I'm not sure how to describe this. It's so different to the Jack Daniels. It's, when it hits the palate, it's a lot more mellow. It's definitely more, obviously it's not a fizzy drink, but more flat. It's so muted that it tastes like somebody's turned it right down, and then all of a sudden it just whacks back up again. There's almost like a dustiness to it, but I don't say that in a bad way. It tastes like an older, more refined liquid compared to the Jack Daniels. Both are non-age statement. I'm not quite sure what the ages could be on this. Obviously they've got to be at least 2 years old, but they could be noticeably older. It's difficult to tell, but the liquid from the Jim Beam is, I don't know, it definitely seems a bit more grown up and a bit more refined. It's not trying to knock your socks off with any special flavours. I'm going to go back for another go. Yeah, you get that sort of old dusty wood from like a dusty warehouse. It's really interesting. It definitely adds character to it. I think it might put some people off, but it doesn't put me off. I quite like the fact that it tastes old, but there is that vanilla sweetness. There is that, I'm picking up like brown sugar with this one. There's almost like a nuttiness as well. Like, a bit like hazelnuts. It's a nicer liquid. It's a nicer drink. In terms of price, the single barrel is often £30 to £35 in supermarkets and places like Amazon. Often can come down as low as 25. The single barrel is a fairly new release as far as I'm aware. hasn't been out for more than 6 months or so in the UK. That's normally about £35 as well, but can be around the same price as the Jack Daniels when it's on offer. So it can be just over £25 from Amazon. I would say that even though this has the reputation, the Jack Daniels, and is quite an impressive whiskey on its own, it's the grown-up big brother of the standard old number 7 Jack Daniels. For me, the Jim Beam wins. It just has so much more character to it, and you know, if I'm going to sit there and enjoy a whiskey, which these are designed for, these aren't designed for mixing, I want something that just feels like it's well made and you know, been looked after and aging in a warehouse for some time. So my money's on the Jim Beam Slauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.